Back, DC Cooks are again for a second night in a row to do another film review. So tonight's film is 300. Obviously you adore this film. So it was released on March 9th, 2007 in the US. Its director was Zack Snyder. It was made on a budget of 65 million US dollars and made 456.1 million US dollars. Some of its cast consisted of Gerard Butler, Lena Headey, Michael Fassbender, David Wenham, and Rodrigo Santoro. If I said that name right, I'm not 100% sure if I pronounced that right. So, the film 300 is a fantasy action film by Zack Snyder set in 480 BC, where a war exists between the Persians led by King Xerxes, played by Rodrigo Santoro. I really do struggle with names like that. And the Greek city of Sparta, led by Leonidas, played by Gerard Butler, where he leads a seriously outnumbered army to fight the Persian king's army. So, where do I begin with this film? I love this film from pretty much start to finish. Actually, no, not pretty much. I love this film from start to finish. The first 5 to 6, 7 minutes, and that gives you a kind of a backstory to the Spartans, how they get trained, why they train like this, why they never give up, why they never surrender. It was really, really good. There's a narration by David Wenham in this as well, pretty much throughout the film as well, actually, which was absolutely brilliant in my eyes. Gerard Butler in this role as Leonidas, absolutely solid in this role. I really, really enjoyed watching every single minute of him. He stole the show for me anyway. I know he's the king and I know he's the main star of the film, but he controlled that film right the way through it. It was absolutely brilliant. I loved the fact of when he to get his men going, he got really rolled up, and to really get them heated, pumped up, and all that kind of stuff, ready for battle and war. There's another great little scene with Gerard Butler after they killed loads and loads of these Persians, and then he's just here casually eating an apple afterwards, and they're all having a giggle and a laugh. It was just absolutely brilliant on how resilient these Spartans are. Absolutely brilliant. There's many other scenes with him in this film that I really, really enjoyed, but there is one scene which is a long take, single cut scene. So basically it's one take of one scene. There's no swap of cameras. It's just a motion shot right the way through this single scene. It lasts about 50 seconds of Gerard Butler just basically taking down loads of Persians. Absolutely brilliant scene. There's a couple of them actually in this film, but that scene itself, if you've seen the film, you must know the bit I'm on about as well. If you haven't seen the film, just watch the film just for that. It's a great bit of camera work and great bit of directing from Zack Snyder. And he did put one of these kind of scenes in Batman vs Superman in the dream sequence, which I actually do generally love these scenes. So Lena Headey, her role once again was very solid. She was quite tough in this film, to be fair. She gave as good as she gets. She was the queen. Before I go any further, Gerard Butler and Lena Headey were king and queen and husband and wife in the film. Like I said, she gave a very solid performance as well. You don't really see masses of her, but when you do, she's very, very good. Michael Fassbender was very, very good in the film as well. Very much enjoyed his role. Brought quite a lot of humour. He was just really, really good, basically. I really did enjoy him. David Wenham, like I said, he is actually in the film. You don't see much of him in the film, but the bits you do see of him in the film, once again, very, very solid. And also he narrates pretty much throughout the film as well, which For some reason, his voice fitted that very, very well. He sounds like a storyteller, and it really, really worked for me. I actually really, really enjoyed it. Moving on to Rodrigo Santoro. I will get that name right. I'm hoping that's right. So how I'm saying it, I'm hoping it's right. He plays the Persian King. Once again, you don't see much of him. He is very good, to be fair, and he tries to reason with the Spartans, but when they start resisting, obviously he gets very, very angry, and then he starts throwing everything at the Spartans, and the Spartans just keep throwing it straight on back, and it's absolutely brilliant. The film itself was well put together. The storyline for me was brilliant. The script was brilliant. I really, the stunts that were in the film were brilliant. Even the CGI, just the outline overview of the landscape of where they're in. I know a lot of it was probably on green screen, I think it's green screen or blue screen, but it was still, I only watched this on my phone. I never had the luxury of going to see this in the cinema. I basically either saw it on DVD or on my phone, so I would have loved to have seen it on a whacking great big screen with all the speakers. It would have been absolutely epic. I didn't really get the same feel of that when you're watching it on a little screen about this wide and through your earphones, but even still, just the film itself was an absolute spectacle for me. I actually really enjoyed it. Like I said, there's a couple of little funny moments in there, and you got very much serious moments. The fight scenes in this were absolutely brilliant in every way. Very well choreographed fight scenes in this. I really, really enjoyed it. It's like, how do I put it? I mean, you'd be watching something here, but there's something going on here, and you're trying to keep your eyes on everything, and you can't. And it was really good. So on some bits, I actually did wind back to watch the other bits of it as well, like what's going on over here, what's going on over there, because there's a lot going on, and it is very hard to watch all of it at the same time. But even still, it just made the film for me. It was actually very, very good. Like I said, there is so much greatness about this film. There's so much I could talk about in this film. I'm going to wait for a really in-depth review on it till later on, in a few months' time maybe. But even the rest of the cast that were in the film, all very, very solid performances. I just love the fact that they just did not back down. They did not back down. The only way they were going to get beat is if the Persians killed every last one of them. And of course, if they kill every single last one of them, there will be repercussions, which there is for them as well, which you don't actually see, but you can understand. Once you've seen the film, you'll understand what I'm saying. I love the fight. It's just brilliant. Just the way they acted, just perfect. I really, really did enjoy this film very, very much. Once again, this has got to be in one of my top 10s. Oh, is there anything I missed? I'm sure there's much stuff that I've missed. And there's a lot of details that I could have talked about and I've missed, but I'm going to keep it round about there for the time being, I reckon. So, on that note, I will say it is a very highly recommended watch. I seriously highly recommend, for anybody that hasn't seen it, please go and give this film a watch, because it is absolutely brilliant. I was actually speaking to somebody about 20 minutes, half an hour ago, maybe a bit longer, who has actually never seen this film. In fact, never even heard of the film. I know. But, there you go. Anyway, they said they were going to watch it, so hopefully they'll enjoy it as well. Which you know they will, because I believe there'll be many, many women as well that will love this film for obvious reasons, because you get to see a load of men with pretty much near enough next to nothing on with rippling six-packs. Just saying. Just for that. There'll be many, many women watching. But anyway, moving aside from that, like I said, it's a very, very highly recommended watch for the storyline, for the special effects. Oh, the acting, just the camera work, it was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, if you agreed with anything I said, put it in the comments below. If you disagreed with anything I said, put in the comments below. Give my video a like, give it a share. Then go on to my Facebook page. As normal, Dave Cook Film Reviews and Trailer Reactions. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I shall see you all soon for another review. Take care and goodbye.